What's up, guys? We are in Athens, Alabama. We're getting ready to talk to John Morey about building a tiny home community. Stay tuned. What's up, everybody? We're here with John Morey. John, what's going on, man? Tell me about this tiny home community that you're building here in Athens, Alabama.
You know, I'm going to get very excited because this is something that I've had this property for 3-4 years, didn't know what to do with it. Then when I finally got my experience on how to do something like this, here it is today. This is my experiences from my failures and successes on the other one, and here it is today. This is way better than the first time. So,
okay. So John, I've known you for a little while, but I don't know everything that you do. So I want to kind of get to know you a little bit and kind of get to know what you're up to. So what I see so far is I see some gravel. I see 2 tiny homes that have been brought in on this land.
Yes.
Okay. Where are we? So this is all this land back here is
part of it.
Is a part of it is what we're doing. And where are we exactly? We're off of what highway?
We're Highway 72.
Highway 72, and that's like the main highway.
That's the main highway, yes.
Off the interstate to the right over here, I-65, and then we come in all the way through here.
It's like a private little section.
Gotcha. And then now we've got how much land back here?
This is total about 3.28 acres.
And how many homes do you think you're going to get on?
We're going to have 14.
14. Okay, so the first thing I notice looking at these tiny homes is this looks to me like a mobile home park.
That's the model. It's very similar to the model of a mobile home park because that's where everything starts. RV parks actually follow that same thing. So you could have any kind of community you want to call it, but the model is going to come from the mobile home park. But we're just using tiny homes.
So explain to me why you're going tiny homes and not mobile homes. I just don't know any better. I know that tiny homes have been kind of more of a fad in the past 5 or so years. Why tiny homes and not just mobile homes?
Well, first of all is because of the stigma that comes with it. I love mobile homes. Unfortunately, there's a stigma. Even though mobile homes today, they're built really nicely. You could have granite and everything inside of them. I've been to 4 manufacturers and they're very beautiful. However, it's the stigma that comes with it. And yes, there's a little bit of a notoriety when you say I'm living in a tiny home. People want to say I live in a tiny home. So that's part of that.
Yeah. Well, these are all set up like mobile home. I mean, they're on cinder blocks. They got to get set up probably. Do they have to get tied down like a mobile home?
No, you don't.
You don't have to tie them down?
No.
But you had these. Take me through this process. The process is you had to buy the land, and you said you've had the land for a little bit of time.
Yes, and we had to clear the land.
Okay. So what was the land? It was woods?
Yeah, woods just like these right here that you see. It was all like that all throughout here. Okay. So we had to clear this up, and so it took a while to clear it. Then after that, thank God that we have a uphill, so we used all that dirt up there to make our pads. So we didn't have to bring any of the dirt. All this dirt came from this land.
Okay.
Because that saves you a lot of money right there. So if you could buy land that you could just scrape the dirt and push it around, that's the best. If you try to haul in some dirt, it becomes very expensive.
Gotcha. Okay, so we had to set up pads. So again, sounds very familiar. Sounds like a mobile home park. We set up pads. But what was the next step in the process? It's probably doing some sort of utilities, building the roads.
Yes, once you set the pads, of course, but prior to that though, you need your perk test. Got to make sure that it's perking so that then when you put the pads, you're good to go.
Perking means we got to make sure that we can put
septic system, yeah, because this is not on city water or sewer system. We have our own system. We have 2 systems here. Right now we have a system A, system B will be put in later on. So then once you do that, so you put that in, then now you have to understand, okay, where you're going to get your water. So we do have meters over there. Water's coming in, so it's running down the center. So we have 2 big lines running down the center.
But water's coming from the street?
Coming from the street, yes.
Coming from, you said it's not city water though.
Well, no. That is the water is city water. We just don't have a well. Yes. Gotcha. So the water is city water.
Yeah, absolutely. So we got city water. And where are the septic tanks?
You see that thing is sticking out right there? With that ribbon? Yeah. That is one. There's one over here and one over there. So we
have how many tiny homes per septic tank?
They go by number of rooms. So if I'm correct, a 2,000 gallon tank, you could put 6 rooms on that.
Okay.
So Here we're using 1,500 because we're putting 5 rooms on one septic. So I think we have 6 right. 3 septic tanks and 2 pumps because this needs to be pumped up a little bit. If you look at the topography, it goes up a little bit.
Okay.
Well, you have to pump that waste up there, the water up that way. So the field lines is way back over there by the tree line. That's where the field lines are.
Okay, so John, I've been through this before. I used to own 6 houses. They were all right next to each other. The little cinder block houses, like 750 square foot houses.
Yeah.
And when I bought it, it was 3 houses per septic tank, which basically just meant for me, and that's the question I'm going to ask you, there were 6 houses, but they were all in one parcel. If you don't have 1 septic tank per home, then you can't, and I'm sure it doesn't sound like it's even what you're trying to do, but you can't subdivide it.
No, you can't.
So you're not trying to sell these individually. You're keeping this.
We're keeping this, yes, as a park.
Got you.
It's a community park.
But this is something they could never be subdivided.
No,
okay.
Not at all. It's not designed that way.
Okay, it's designed purely as an investment play.
As an investment, yeah, exactly. We're keeping this forever if I can.
Beautiful. All right, so the next step in the process, we've got got the septic. We did the perk test. We got the septic system put in. When do the utilities get ran?
Okay, now that is a good question. The utilities have to go in when it's dry season. We had an issue with the utilities department because I told them if we don't get this in by October, we're going to be waiting June, July, August. These power poles here were only put in last July. And so we waited from October.
Last July? You're talking about like
this past July.
Couple months ago.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, a couple months ago. This is a couple months ago. And it's kind of hard because we waited all this time. It's wet. They just can't come in here because they got some big equipment. Look how tall those poles are. And you have to put all those transformers.
Right.
So it's kind of crazy. And yes, the road. We had to do this road. So this is just a small portion of the road. We're still going to do some more over there.
And the road's going to stay gravel?
Yes, for now.
Yeah.
Until later on, we'll probably upgrade it later on.
Okay, so we got power poles in. We've got, at what point was the water and the septic were kind of done simultaneously?
No, we just chose what's availability of the people because they're not intertwined yet, but eventually we'll connect them. See, right now, the water line is right where that fence line is, all the way down the center, all the way down to the very end. So we have 2 lines, one for the left side, one for the right side. We have 2 meters,
okay. And
these are going to have inline water meters because you can't have a meter per unit.
Got you. So when you say that it's down the middle, you're going to have, so you got 2 here.
Yes, it goes straight. See that thing sticking out? That's the water meter.
Got you.
And that's tied to here. This, we had to put the water lines here first, straight down the middle. The water line's going straight down the middle.
Perfect. So at that point, we've got the pads, we've got the utilities ran, and we've got the septic system in. At that point, we can start bringing in the homes?
Yes.
Okay.
Once everything's set, now you can start bringing in the homes.
So, and then you have, and I don't know how this works, so you have to explain this to me. You brought in basically like a shell?
Yes, it's framed inside.
Can we look at it?
Yes, we surely can.
Let's go inside.
Yeah, let's look at the big one.
You were telling me a second ago before I started recording that you had the electrical ran
this past Saturday.
This past weekend.
Yeah, this past weekend. It's ready. The electrical. See, look, it's ready ran.
But so these shells don't come with electric already ran. You have to actually go in and do it.
Yes.
Here, let's go. I want to jump in one of these.
Okay. Yeah. If you want to do the little one, let's do the little one.
The little one. So when you say tiny home, how many? What are we talking here?
Okay. Tiny home is really a loose term. The real definition should be about 400 square feet. Okay. That's really what I know that it should be. Mm-hmm. And this right here is 16 by 40, so it's a little 600 square feet.
Oh wow. All right, I'm gonna try not to kill myself on these.
Yeah. You got it?
We're good. Okay. So you bought this as a shell.
But I designed the inside, yes.
What do you mean by that?
I gave them the plans to put these frames in here.
Okay.
So, like here's a good example of my. So of course this is the kitchen, right? So the kitchen's gonna go over there. So I designed that.
Go right there. Okay.
Yeah. So that's why they wired it according to how I designed it.
Okay, so this is the kitchen.
Yes.
So we've got, what's going to be in here? We got
Okay. So you got the microwave right there, and then the sink is gonna be in this general area. The stove is gonna be over here. So you can see that big thing right there.
Right.
So the stove and the microwave right there.
And then,
Here's the refrigerator, water heater.
okay. So it looks like the kitchen is going to be
So it's a good size.
a good portion of this square footage.
Yes, and
this,
there's that room over there.
this is the bathroom, I guess?
That's the bathroom, yes.
Because this is walled off.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So this is a normal size bathroom. That's a big bathroom.
It's a good size.
And then this is the living area
Yes,
right back here.
yes.
And then we've got a bedroom.
We got a nice bedroom over there.
And then this is a 150 square feet,
Something like that.
10 by 12.
10, this is 16,
10
so
by
it's a 10 by 16.
Yeah. Okay. This is like, John, so we're in Athens. Tell me about Athens, because this is kind of like a sub-market of Huntsville.
Yes, it
correct?
is.
So we're North Alabama. Huntsville, we are west of Huntsville by about, what, 30,
Yes.
30 miles?
About 30, 45 minutes, depending where you are in Huntsville, but no more than 45 minutes.
Yeah. So who is the person that's going to rent this? Like what's the typical kind of client, the typical kind of renter in this area?
I'm looking for the working class
Okay.
because that's where majority of the people are. This small unit right here can rent between $650 and $850.
Okay.
Because I did the research on it. But we're gonna start off with $750 to rent this small one.
Okay.
The big one is between $1,100 and $1,400.
When you say the big one, how many?
The one next door.
How many bed?
That's a 2-bedroom, 2-bath. Each side has its own bathroom.
Okay.
So, and I could cut that in half, do rent by the room. You could do a co-living if you wanted to.
Okay.
So, but yeah, so with the research that we've done, this right here, we're gonna start off with about $750.
John, by comparison, what would like a 80-foot, which I don't even know if you have room for it, an 80-foot mobile home, a 3-bed, 2-bath mobile home, what would that rent for in the area? Like a decent one?
Almost similar to these.
It wouldn't rent
It
for
wouldn't rent much more.
1,000, 1,100, 1,200?
Yeah, for a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, let's just say 1,200 square foot mobile home, it'll rent about 1,500, 1,600.
Okay,
something
but
like that.
you chose to go this route.
My entry point is less.
Okay. And the reasoning behind that is?
It's because we're bringing in their sheds that we're converting, as opposed to buying from a manufacturer that can be a little bit costly when you buy a mobile home. And plus the delivery and all the setup is a lot more.
Got it. What did this cost you? Just the shell?
Okay, just the shell, depending on what you put in it, right?
For you, like this specific one?
This right here is almost $20,000.
$20,000. Okay.
That comes with the delivery and setup.
And you're gonna sheetrock it. You've had to wire it. You got to plumb it.
Yeah.
You get it. You do all the finishes. What are you gonna be in?
The 40s, around
So you're gonna
40.
put about 20 into it, a little over 20.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow.
And then it's going to rent, between $650 and $850. So those numbers are pretty good.
Yeah.
It's hard to beat those numbers.
Yeah. So is there a demand for 1 bedroom, 1 bath?
Yeah, we looked around in the statistics. There are 1 bedroom, 1 bath, and the 2-bedroom because people are downsizing. People just cannot afford the big houses anymore. Even though with the interest rates going down, it's still kind of tough. So this right here is meant for people that want to downsize, and there is a lot of people that want to do that. So we know that we're going to get that.
Yeah. All right. Wow. This is something else. I haven't been in a tiny home, but like you said, this is a little bit bigger.
Yes.
Than the normal.
Tiny. Yes.
They're normally, like you said, what, around 400
Yeah,
square feet?
and you saw on the outside, it does look like a home, right? But let me tell you the attraction. See the dormer up there?
Yes.
That's what makes this look big. That brings up in a lot of light. The bigger unit has one on each side.
Okay.
It makes it bigger. This is, you can tell it's bright in here already.
Yeah. A lot of the tiny homes I've seen, they've got maybe they're a little bit taller. They have they're like lofts I've seen.
Yes, we don't want lofts.
You don't want to do that.
No, we don't want to do lofts because we want to cater to everybody. If you do loft, then the elderly cannot go up there. So we want even the elderly to be here. That's the main reason.
Now on the back porch, the front, you're going to do like, I guess maybe like a normal mobile home. You're going to
Yes,
put like a deck out
either
here?
stairs or we're going to put a small deck.
Okay.
And then of course, what about the HVAC? It's going to be a mini split. It goes right here. We're going to put the mini split on this wall.
What do you
right
mean?
here.
What's a mini split?
Mini split, there is ductless, so there's no duct work in this thing. So you'll have a unit outside that runs the show. You're going to have a handler.
It's like a window unit.
No, different. Window unit, you put it in the window. This is, you're going to have a handler right here that is horizontal. And it just stays right here. Then it connects outside to the unit over there.
And that's what this is?
That's what that is, yeah. We're going to put it right there.
So what kind of amperage are we talking about here?
This is a 110 volt.
110.
The one next door, because it's 3 handlers, that's a 230. Yeah.
Okay. How does that compare to a mobile home?
Mobile homes, generally they use a regular HVAC system. That's what they normally use. You know, you'll have a 1 ton or 2 ton depending on the size.
Yeah.
This one is not even close to that. This is smaller.
Yeah.
So and it's more efficient.
Gotcha.
These are designed to be efficient.
Gotcha.
It has your own remote control. And like the next door, each room has its own controller. So you have your own remote control per room so you can make it easy. This one, because it is a 1 bedroom, we don't need that.
Gotcha. Let's, can we take a look at the other one real quick?
Let's go look at the other one.
So it's a little bit bigger.
Yes.
This is fascinating to me. So John, by the time you put in the utilities and by the time you get all these homes set up, so you said this one was 20, but you're going to be into it for a little over 40.
Yeah.
The bigger one, the 2-bed, 2-bath, how much was this one?
This one is, 60, 65-ish.
Well, how much
like
was
that.
just the shell?
Okay, just the shell, it's about 30-ish.
Okay.
Yeah, just a
So
little
you're
bit
going to
more.
put about 30, basically.
Because it's bigger with a lot more
50%.
stuff. Yep.
So what, besides bed and bath, what's the big difference in this one?
The size, of
Just the
course.
size.
And then the dormers I told you about, this gives that wonderful feel. Oh, it's big.
You're going to sheetrock all of this?
Yes.
This whole thing?
Yes. People ask me all the time about insulation. How do I keep this insulated? Well, there is a little trick to this that people really don't know about. It's called a bubble wrap. I think it's called Reflectone or something like that. You can buy this at Home Depot. This is not the bubble wrap that you use to wrap your gifts with. This is aluminum bubble wrap. That is rated R21. So we put that first. Then right on top of that, we put the R13 insulation. So now you got an R34 right up there. It makes it nice and wonderful. And then we put the R13 on the walls. And it works out great. We've done it before and it works out great.
Where have you done it before?
Over there in Asbury. This is my second project.
Oh, no, tell me about that. So
Yeah.
you've already done one of these?
Yeah, I've done one of these. That's where my experience comes into play. Now that was a little harder because the terrain is not like, this is nice and flat. There, it's up and down, it's rocky.
So you already did a tiny home community?
Yes, I
And
have.
it's up and running right now?
Yes,
How many is over there?
that's 6 big ones and 5 small ones.
Okay, wow.
Yep,
When did you finish that project?
4 years ago. Well, we started 4 years ago, finished in almost 2 years because it takes that long.
And where is that?
It's in Asbury. It's a small town next to Albertville. The address is actually Albertville, but it's in a small town called Asbury.
Which is North Alabama.
Yes, it's by Lake Gunnersville.
Oh, got you. Okay.
It's about 15 minutes away from Lake Gunnersville.
What's the biggest issue you've had with that one? What's the biggest challenge?
I think it's because it's a little bit more country than what people want. And people really want to be closer to Albertville as opposed to Asbury, even though the address is Albertville, but it's further, about maybe 20 minutes away from downtown Albertville. And it is kind of country, so people, we had a hard time getting it rented out, but now it's all rented out.
So what's the biggest thing maybe you learned about that one that you can take over here?
The biggest thing is really the weather for me, because we made a mistake of trying to deliver houses when it was still kind of raining. Big mistake. So that's why this one I was really a stickler about the time on this. That's why when it got dry, when everything was good, look, we had 2 homes. This was built in less than 2 weeks, these two. These 2 homes were done in a shop less than 2 weeks. Then delivered same day everything was propped up and was good to go. So now we're in the process of now putting all the rough-ins. And like I said, coming Wednesday, today's Monday, Wednesday, this will be all roughed in with the plumbing.
Wow.
Both houses.
Wow. When do you project to have this thing, have all the units in?
Okay, all the units, that's going to take some time. It's probably going to take maybe a year total, everything, including.
Why's that? Why so long?
Number one, you have. I could order everything now and just put it all in, but we don't want it just to sit there and do nothing. So as we deliver, let's say we're going to do 2 at a time. So when we do 2 at a time, my guys are working on this. Then we deliver. Once they're done here, they move. It's like in a production line. They just keep moving.
So it doesn't sound like it's going to take that long for you to get them. Like
No.
once you get them ordered, they're ready to.
They're ready to go. Yeah. So I just have to gauge what my guys are doing. It's going to take 5 to 7 weeks to finish up like this big one. That's going to be a little bit smaller, faster. But he has a team that they're going to be doing this number, bouncing back and forth. One doing sheetrock here, they do sheetrock here, then they do something else over here.
Gotcha.
So his guys will be going back and forth because we've done it before. It's the same guy that I use.
Yeah.
So he knows how this works. And he knows once he's almost done with this one, there'll be 2 waiting for him.
Gotcha.
He just has to move over.
John, how do you fund something like this? I've heard you say numerous times the word "we." How do you fund a project like this? Because it's not cheap.
It's not cheap at all. This is a $1.7 million project. So to fund something like this, you could do it actually several ways. You could team up with people to fund an individual house. You could have that. Or you could have some institution that will fund the whole thing for you. Now, those things are always tricky. So this right here, we're trying to get people to fund it individually.
So when you say institution, you're talking about like hard money lenders?
Like hard money lenders or a regular bank. But see, for a regular bank, they want to see this up and running. So that's why I'm using first borrowed money a little bit on these 2 right here.
Like from private individuals?
Private individuals and also my little credit cards here and there.
Okay.
Yeah. So, but once this is up and running, then I could go to the bank, a regular institutional bank. Hey, look, this is up and running, and then go look what I have. Because once they see that's going on, they're more than happy.
And then you'd refinance out?
Yes, we just refinance out.
So is that how you funded the first one you did?
Similar. Yeah, similar that way.
But you've got long-term debt on that now.
No, actually, it was a joint venture.
Oh, okay.
So now we decided that we're going to go one way or the other because that's an hour and a half for me, and my wife wasn't happy that I'm way over there. She said, just go ahead and you guys just, amicably split up. So that's what we did. So now he's handling that, and I'm over here.
Gotcha.
So this is my family's.
This is more where you live over in this area.
I live 25 minutes away.
Got you. So this one's you're going to put long-term debt on this one eventually?
Yes, eventually, yes.
Okay, gotcha. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just you refi everything out. So my guesstimate, this will be worth between $2.5 to $3 million once I'm done.
Yeah.
This is up and running.
Based on the cash flow.
Based on the cash flow. So this is now a cash flow play.
Now, John, listen, I know you've been in real estate for a long time. This is probably not something you'd recommend someone do that's brand new getting started.
No.
Probably not.
No.
There's a lot of moving pieces here. But what made you, with all your real estate experience, because you've flipped houses. You've
short-term
done
rentals.
You've done rentals. You've done a lot of different things in real estate. Why this? Like, what is attractive to you about this model?
The affordable housing part.
But how does that benefit you? Okay. I understand how it benefits maybe the community.
I look at the cost of entry. The cost of entry is way lower. Now, yes, back in 2018, 2019, I was buying houses $10,000, $15,000, $20,000, but then you got to add a little bit more to it. We fix it up or have somebody else fix it up. But this right here, this is for longevity, and I want this to be here for a long, long, long time. That's why we're upgrading actually what we're putting in here. We're putting granite in here. We're putting higher quality fixtures. So this is for long term. So, and I learned that from the rich people. You buy something, really high quality, it's going to last you a long time. You buy it one time.
Yeah.
So that's the concept that I have for this. And the reason why I really wanted to do it this way, because when you have a park like this, now you have 14 houses making money for you instead of one.
Right.
So I call this the horizontal multifamily, not the vertical. You know, people know about multifamily is vertical, right? Well, this is the horizontal space, just like the mobile home park. That's horizontal space. That's why I did it.
Very good. What am I leaving out? What have I not asked you about that you're excited about, or maybe that's a challenge or something like that?
Well, I want to touch on what you said, that this is not really good for the first timers. I know it's not, because I did that over there before. There's a lot of learning. So I suggest to people that want to be in this space, team up with somebody. If somebody's ran a mobile home park before, team up with them. They know what's going on. Or somebody that has done a small, 4 or 5 tiny homes in an area, team up with them. Learn from their experience, because it's so invaluable.
What about the folks who are experienced? Like, why would someone do this and not put money into apartments and not put money into something that's maybe a little bit more traditional?
It goes back to syndication. That's the only thing that comes to my mind. When people talk about multifamily or apartments, that's a syndication. I've talked to a lot of people, that's the first thing that comes to their mind. But something like this, they don't think about syndication at all. They just think about teaming up with people, because this right here, you could have individual investors to fund this for you. Like this right here, somebody could fund it. That one, somebody can fund it.
So the answer to the question is just the funding aspect of it.
Funding aspect is big time. Yes.
Interesting.
And there's a lot of people that have $50,000, $60,000, $70,000 sitting in an IRA doing nothing. Well, this is perfect for the lazy money. Now, the only thing that's hard for that, though, is some people, because of the gurus out there, they say, hey, you know what? Do velocity of money. So just in and out. 6 months, you're out, or 1 year, you're out. This is not for that. You don't want that for this, because this has to be, especially in the very beginning, you're stabilizing everything. So you want somebody to be in here with you 3 to 5 years. 3 years the minimum, because you want to stabilize. Then when it stabilizes, then now you could approach them and say, do you want to keep making money on this, or you want out? Because then you could do a cash out refi on this and buy everybody out.
Yeah. Well, John, this is fascinating. I'm grateful that you invited me.
I'm grateful for you, my friend.
Well, thank you for letting us come up here and get a glimpse in this world, because this is something we haven't done a video on this, and I don't have any experience. I've got experience with mobile home parks, and this is very similar.
It is.
I appreciate you.
That septic system, let me tell you, man, way in the back, the field lines, woo! We're talking about, I don't know, 400, 500 square, length.
Yeah.
It's several layers. It's big.
Yeah.
It's big way in the back.
And this is a great community too. Athens is such a growing area. Just
It's growing west.
Because of Huntsville and everything that's going on in Madison County everything's just getting, there's not enough housing.
Not enough, that's why it is.
And that's why places like Athens and around Huntsville are growing. John, thank you.
No, thank you, my friend. So much. I appreciate you.
Appreciate
Guys,
you.
Just slow down, okay? Slow down.
Thanks, John. Guys, we appreciate you joining us. We're going to see you on the next one.